Assalamualaikum, dear student. This is Ariful Islam Khan, lecturer, Department of English, Manston College. Today I will talk about completing sentence. During this pandemic situation, we all will try to be safe and to keep safe our family members. Let's start the class. Completing sentence. We have already taken several classes on this topic. Today it's our revised class, and today we'll try to get some of the most common pattern of the completing sentence. And we all know the pattern of completing sentence. One part of the sentence is given in the question paper, the other part need to be completed. Okay, let's start. First of all, we'll talk about conditional sentence. Okay, conditional sentence sentences are the most common part of the completing sentences. Conditional sentences are three in charts: first conditional, second conditional, and third conditional. And every conditional sentence is started with if. Okay, after if, we will notice here whether it is present tense, past simple tense, or past perfect tense. Okay, then it will be easy to understand how we will complete the other part of the sentence. If clause in the present tense, then next part of the sentence we will put in the future tense. After subject we will put will, can, the verb will be in the present form. Okay, see the second conditional. After if we will put past simple tense, then we will put subject, would, could, verb 1. Okay, next we will talk about third conditional. Here after if we will find out past perfect tense. Okay, how will you know past perfect tense? Whenever we will find subject, head, then verb third form, then it will be past perfect tense. After past perfect tense we will put here subject, would have, could have, verb 3. Okay, so what will you notice? First of all, after if, whether this part of the sentence is in the present tense, past simple tense, or past perfect tense, then we will select the other part of the sentence what will be. So first of all, the first part of the sentence is in the present tense, then we have put there future tense. Then first part of the sentence, I mean if clause, is in the past simple tense, then we will put there subject, would, could, V1. Then first part of the sentence, I mean if clause, is in the past perfect tense, then last part of the sentence will be completed using would have, could have, and verb 3. Okay, see the examples here. If I study hard, if clause is in the present tense, then we'll follow the first one, subject, will, can, verb 1. Okay, if I study hard, I will get A plus. Okay, so we have followed the structure what is mentioned here. First of all, subject, will or can, we have put will, then we have put a verb and the objects. Okay, come to the next one. If I studied hard, see the if clause is in the past indefinite tense, then we'll put the second one. After subject, would, could, V1. If I study hard, then I would get A plus. Okay, what is the basic difference between first conditional and second conditional? Here we have put will, and here in the second conditional we have put would. Come to the next one, third conditional. If I had studied, I mean if clause is in the past perfect tense, then we'll put the other part using subject, would have or could have, verb 3. Okay, if I had studied hard, then I would have got A plus. Okay, so we have completed three sentences or three examples here. First of all, you see whether the first of the sentence is in the present tense, past simple tense, or past perfect tense. Then we'll select which pattern will follow. Students, now we'll talk about the most common pattern of completing sentence, as if, as though, since. Okay, they are the connectors, as if, as though, since. If you search last few years board question, then you will find this pattern using the sentence as if, as though, and since. Okay, now we'll learn how to complete the sentence whenever we'll find these connectors in the middle of two clauses. Okay, first of all, we'll notice the first clause, whether it is in the present tense or past simple tense. I have written the rules here. If the first part of the sentence in the present tense, then other part of the sentence will be in the past simple tense. Accordingly, if the first part of the sentence in the past simple form, then other part of the sentence will be in the past perfect tense. Okay, see the example. He talks as if. Okay, we have put here as if this connector, and the first clause is in the present tense, then other part of the sentence will be in the past simple tense. Then we'll put here he knew everything. Okay, see, he talks as if he knew everything. Come to the next part of the sentence. He talked. This part of the sentence, I mean first clause is in the past indefinite tense. So now other part of the sentence will be in the past perfect tense. He talked as though he had known everything. Okay, come to the next sentence. It is many days. So before since, I mean the first clause is in the present tense, so according to the rules the other part of the sentence will be in the past simple tense. It is many days since I left the house. So what we have learned from these rules, whenever as if, as though, since they are used at the middle part of two clauses, then we'll follow the first clause. If the first clause is in the present tense, then other part of will form or will write in the past simple tense. If the first part of the first clause is in the past simple tense, then other part will complete using the structure of past perfect tense like this. He talks as if he knew everything. He talked as though he had known everything. It is many days since I left the house. I hope you have understood this common pattern of completing sentence. Friends, now we'll talk about no sooner, hardly and scarcely. There is a similarity in the completion of this or such kind of sentences. Whenever a sentence is started with no sooner, hardly or scarcely, the other part of the sentence will be completed using the structure of past simple tense. Okay, so there is a little bit difference. See, whenever a sentence is started with no sooner, then we'll adjust a connector then, and hardly and scarcely will accept a connector when. Okay, this is the difference, basic difference. No sooner in the no sooner, hardly and scarcely. So what is the point? The point is that our sentence, when our sentence is started with no sooner, hardly and scarcely, the last part of the sentence will be completed using the structure of past simple, and connector will be different. Whenever we'll use no sooner, then connector will be then. Whenever we'll use hardly or scarcely, then connector will be when. See the example. No sooner had I seen you, then we'll put the connector then. No sooner had I seen you, then you left. Okay. Other part of the sentence has been completed using the structure of past simple tense. Come to the next one. Hardly had I reached at school. Now we'll put here when. When the bell rang. Okay, so see the structure, basic structure. Whenever this sentence is started with no sooner, then we have put here connector then other part of the sentence has been completed using the structure of past simple. Similarly, when this sentence has been started with hardly and here we'll have to put when as the connector, then other part has been completed using the structure of past simple tense. Okay, this is the basic difference in the uses of no sooner, hardly and scarcely. Now we'll talk about some common rules. Here you see it is high time or it's time. When a sentence is started with this clause, it's time or it's high time, the other verb, I mean next verb, will be in the past form. See the example, it's high time. We took a good preparation. Here this is the next verb after this clause, it's high time. That's why we have put this verb in the past form, I mean be2. So whenever you will find a sentence using its high time or its time, in that case the next verb you will put in the past form. Come to the next rule, list. Okay, after list we'll have a subject, then we'll need to put a modal auxiliary should always, and then next verb will be in the B1, I mean present from. See the example, walk fast, list you. Here we have put a subject, then we have put should, then the next verb has been used in the present from. Walk first, list you should miss the train. Accordingly, study hard, list you should fail in the examination. Okay, so come to the next one, would that. Whenever a sentence is started with would that, here we'll put subject then could. Okay, this is the basic rules. Whenever a sentence is started with would that, the other verb will follow a modal auxiliary could. See the example, would that I could be a doctor. Would that I could be a doctor. So next verb, see the example of next clause. Here we have put modal auxiliary could, then the next verb has been used in the present from, because after modal auxiliary verb always will be in the present from. So in that case we'll always remember that whenever a sentence is started with would that, so we'll put or we'll use could before the next verb, and the verb will be in the present from. So from the first, see the example, it's high time we took a good preparation, it's high time we studied a lot. Come to the next example, work first, lest you should miss the train. Study hard, lest you should fail in the examination. Or work carefully, lest you should fall down. Okay, come to the next one, would that I could be a doctor. Would that I could be. Dear students, there are 4 more rules we need to discuss. You see, whenever a sentence is started with had, in that case we have some confusion. You see, after subject, if you do not find a verb, then it would follow the rules of second conditional. I mean, this part of the sentence is like the second conditional if past indefinite. So other part of the sentence will be completed using would, could, then we'll put the verb in the present form. Had I enough money, I would buy a car. Okay, now come to the next one. Had I been, after subject, these 2 sentences has been started with had. So what we need to remember, that after subject if there is a verb or not. Now you see there is a verb in the third form. So this is like the rule of third conditional. Okay, if past perfect tense, in that case we'll complete the other part of the sentence using would have or could have. Had I been a rich person, I would have bought a car. See, after would have or could have, we will put a verb in the third form, past participle form. Here I have put it, I would have bought a car. Let's come to the next rules, do and as. Here you will find a relationship between 2 clauses. First one will show a contradictory relationship between them, and the second one, I mean, whenever you will have a sentence or you will have a sentence started with as, in that case this sentence will show a logical relationship between 2 clauses. See the first one, do I study, I fail. Here the 2 clauses is showing us the contradictory relationship between them. Okay, come to the next one, as I study, I pass. Here 2 clauses are showing us the relationship between them, which is logical. Okay, so whenever we'll have a sentence started with do, in that case the other part will be completed regarding the contradiction meaning between them. Whenever a sentence is started with as, then will follow a logical relationship between 2 clauses, then it will be a correct sentence. Here you need to remember other thing. Whenever the first clause of the sentence is in the present tense, the other part of the sentence will be also in the present tense. You see, I study, I pass. So the two clauses are belonging to the present tense. So you need to remember the tenses whenever we complete a sentence. So we have already completed the whole lectures, or we have discussed the most common structures and rules of completing sentences. I hope if you study them properly, then you will have a good marks and you will cut a good figure in the examination hall.